Clefheart Electronics, where robotics and entertainment intertwine. This is an exclusive internal promotional video. Stealing the following content is prohibited. Enjoy the show.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Inside C.H.E, the podcast. But this time, we are in a much different backdrop for our video listeners. There's also cats that are probably going to be featured very prominently in this episode. Well, one cat that is now jumped up. Can you talk into the mic? Can you talk? Okay, so she's just probably gonna sit in my lap, in and out for this whole podcast. But welcome back to episode 2. We've got a lot to cover in this episode. We do. Starting off with big numero uno, number 1. I'm not in college anymore. Freedom. But yeah, I'm back home full time, so it means content for you guys. Yeah, I'm so happy to be out of that dorm room. Yeah, but content should be more regular now. Unfortunately, I am filming a lot at night, so lighting for the podcast video is probably not going to be the greatest, but what can you do? The things we do when we live with family. I guess ignore the background noise. I still have a cat underneath my desk currently. The joys of, again, living back home. I will have a cat. I'm getting very off topic, aren't I? It's 2 minutes into the podcast and I've already gone on a tangent about my cat twice. But yeah, I'm very, very grateful to be home. I finally got a new job, which means upgraded tech and finish upgrading the costuming, which I'll get more into in a little bit. I can finally get a real camera. I can get a microphone that doesn't cut out when I laugh. Microphone's great. It was only like $26, so what can I expect? But I'm working on getting a Blue Yeti for like recording like tracks for videos, recording this lovely little podcast for you guys, whatever. Oh, we have a friend behind my laptop now who is trying to rub on my laptop and shut it off. Say hi, Willow. No, of course not. No, she's not gonna say anything, but she's gonna make my camera bounce. So we're just gonna hold my laptop until she moves. And there she goes. Oh, she's back. Hi. Okay, well, maybe she'll talk, maybe she won't. Who knows? Willow, please. You're gonna make being a podcaster very difficult. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with this, and I'm really sorry for any background noise. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm working on getting a Blue Yeti microphone. I'm working on getting a proper camera, so I'm not filming on my phone anymore, because that'll be a godsend. Yeah, I'm also finishing up on all the costuming pieces. For my video watchers, you can kind of get a sneak peek in the background, but you can't really see much because, again, it's dark except for the one light illuminating me right now. Let me think. What else is there? There's so much to talk about this episode. I guess there's another big glaring thing that I said I would talk about on this podcast that I kind of forgot to film the podcast after I said I was gonna put it in the podcast. Lightning Storm's name change. So from this very point forward, Lightning Storm will no longer be referred to by that name. They will be referred to strictly as Spectre or the Spectre. The change has kind of been like a long time coming, like since like the day I set up everything. Because because originally this project was just a me thing, like literally just me running everything. Quickly realized not sustainable at all. Not at all sustainable. Yeah, but originally when I had named Lightning Storm, I wanted to be very tied to the character, like kind of me and the character were kind of one and the same a little bit, because, you know, I was the whole project, and what better way to prove that than name my character after myself? I don't really know. It was just kind of a, I need a name for this character, let me just play on my own name. But after realizing that this project was not sustainable as a one-person project, and getting Marin on board with the project to play Agatha, our clef heart worker, who will probably be on the next episode of the podcast. I know I said it would probably be this one. It'll probably be episode 3. But you've already caught wind of them on my TikTok a little bit because we posted one of our videos and you saw them in our rehearsal footage video. But yeah, so they're a full-time part of the project as well. We've been friends for ages now. We met doing theater. If you can't tell, we're both huge theater kids. But yeah, once they joined the project and were like 100% in on it, and like we'd started like rehearsing together, talking about everything together, writing things together, I kind of realized I can't be as selfish as I wanted to be with the project. But yeah, God, I'm so bad at this podcasting thing. I feel weird talking to myself. It's been a long time since I did that pretty regularly. But Spectre's name change was a very long time coming. I went through many different like ideas, but it all kind of came down to starting to work on the proper lore behind the story of the band. Which I can't get into a lot on this podcast because this is not like this is just the behind the scenes. Like, I can't give you guys everything. But sorry. Yeah, there's like, we've been working on like sitting down and like settling in on all of the lore that we want to push forward with for the story of the band, to fuel our albums, to fuel music videos, to fuel just random videos that we decide to post, to fuel bits that we do in between songs. But yeah, the whole name change is it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because I'm glad that I figured out that I did not want to be completely tied to the character this early on, because we're only like a month, almost 2 months into the project, which is wild that we're already 2 months deep in all this. Feels like literally yesterday I put the makeup on for the first time, but yeah, the first makeup was wild. But Spectre is the new name. Spectre, for those of you who are unaware, means ghost, which I thought Spectre was a better name than Ghost, because I think Spectre is more vintage and fun, because I actually looked up when Spectre was first used as a word, and it was actually the 1800s, so it worked for the timeline. Yeah. Ooh. Voice crack. Whoops. Like I said, it's late at night. I've had a long day, but I really wanted to record this podcast tonight because I've been meaning to do it forever and I just haven't. But now that I'm home, I can like start working on a schedule, so I can start posting things on a schedule. But what's next? I really should start like writing a list of the things that I need to talk about in every episode, and just like have it stuck to my laptop in front of me, because I stare at my Audacity that's in the next window, not my camera. So I should just put a sticky note there of all the things I need to talk about. But let me think. Oh, I'm so silly and forgetful and crazy. We're working on the album. We're working really hard on our first album. We have a decent amount of songs written or partially written, at least lyrics-wise. Well, because I was at college and it was finals week when we were like really starting to get into the whole like lyric writing process and finalizing a lot of details about like little sprinkles of lore that we're putting in the album here and there. I couldn't play my guitar, and I just moved back yesterday, so well, it'll be 2 days ago probably when you guys see this, because I moved back on the 2nd, and I don't even know when I'm posting this, but it'll be eventually. Such a good content creator. You never know, I've been doing this for a decade. Oh my god, tangent, storm, Jesus Christ. You guys are gonna get sick of this on this podcast, I'm sure. But album, that's what we were talking about, album. But yeah, I believe there are 4 songs finished lyrics-wise, and then we have 6 or 7 songs altogether that are at least started. We plan to have upwards of 12 songs on the album. It's kind of a mix of tempos and keys and vibes, and I think it's going to be a really, really interesting first album, because it's also the first time I've really been able to sit down and write lyrics for something that's actually going to happen, which is so crazy to me. You guys, you have no idea. I have been a music kid my entire life, and like there's drawings I did back in like early elementary school that of me like what I want to be in the future, and I was a singer, and everyone should have known that this was coming. But yeah, it's crazy to think that I'm writing an album. I'm writing an album while pretending to be a robot, which is something that both tracks for me, but is also so like wild in my little peanut brain. But like, I'm writing an album, guys. Like, if you told me this time last year when I was like about to graduate high school that I would have like half of an album written already with one of my like lifelong best friends, I would literally call you crazy, and I'd call you crazier if you told me I was doing it in face paint. In face paint and like full costuming. Like, I was bringing theater into their like normal music world, which is like mind-blowing. But I'm so grateful that I have the ability to do it. Granted, we don't have much of a following yet, but we have gone leaps and bounds in 2 months, and I'm very proud of where we are for 2 months. We gained 31 followers in 2 months, and I only regularly started posting like within the last month. We've gone up to I think 10 or 11 subscribers up on YouTube, and for 2 months I'm very happy with where we are. I really hope that we kind of have a moment of like of a surge in fan base, because I would absolutely love to like see more people interact with our music and everything. I know it's a very hard kind of part of the music world to get into, because I'm kind of limiting not limiting my audience, but kind of limiting my audience. Because I'm a theatrical musician. Like, not everybody's gonna be into that sort of thing. An acquired taste. But what I hope and pray to whatever God that you want to believe I pray to, that we kind of start picking up a little bit. I think once we start finalizing some music and we can start posting clips of songs, or I get my camera and we can film music videos to cover songs, because we have a few good ideas for that. And we can film live shows when we start doing them, because we're working very hard to get live show ready, because there's a possibility that we could do a couple live performances in the town we're based in, because we can get a permit at the common in our town to kind of perform. I don't know, but we're working on it. We're still a little ways away from it because we've only been able to have one in-person rehearsal, which you guys saw. But yeah, I'm just grateful for all of you guys. I'm grateful for the opportunity. And I really can't wait to see where it takes us. I know where I hope it's gonna take us. But you never really know. Odd. I make no sense to myself sometimes. But this last 2 months has just been crazy. But it's also been so cool, because I can call myself a musician and mean it. But yeah, hopefully in the near future we'll have a song to start teasing and perhaps drop a single for. It just kind of depends on how often Maren and I are able to work together. Well, Maren's still in school and I'm kind of just here, and when I'm not working, because unfortunately I have to have a job to support myself until this starts making good money. Because as of right now, we don't make any money off of this. We just we do it in the hopes that it will one day. Yeah, because currently I'm just working to get all of our equipment, working to get all of our bases covered, I suppose. Because unfortunately, this is kind of a crazy expensive career to get into sometimes. I'm not going to tell you how much, because I feel like it's not the best way to go about things. Because I don't know if you guys really want to hear how much money I have to spend to not really make any back from the product I am pouring my heart into right now. But I know one day it will, because if I put it out in the universe, it'll come back to me. But as of right now, the album's in good standing. I'm very proud of what we've got so far, honestly. I'm so proud of it. There's lots of little editing things here and there for lyrics and what have you. Finalizing tempos and melodies and backing vocals, and then having to go and write all the guitar music, write the bass music, blah blah blah, all the fun stuff. And then we get to try and record it, and that's gonna be when I have a good microphone. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, honestly. I feel like I've covered my main 3 bases. I'm home, so content's normal again. Spectre's name change, and the fact that I didn't want to be selfish and have a character completely named after me. And album 1. I don't know what else to talk about. I guess maybe I'll just share some little details here and there about little upcoming videos and what have you, because who knows how many people will actually watch this far to the podcast. If you're still here, hi. Thank you for still watching me. Thank you for listening to me talk for upwards of 20 minutes right now. But one of the next few videos, if not the next video to go out after the podcast, is going to be probably a time-lapse video of the makeup process, because Spectre is getting a very full overhaul. There will be a full video kind of showing all that off once I have everything, because I don't have everything yet. But the makeup is getting updated, so I will probably do a little bit of a reveal on that. Obviously post clips to TikTok until the video goes up, and then the video go up and it'll be a time lapse, and ooh. But that'll probably be sometime next week. Yeah. What else are we doing? Marin and I are probably gonna film another video together at some point soon. Not just the third episode of the podcast. We're probably gonna film a little like proper introduction video, but that's probably also more when I have my camera, so we can have the good quality footage. Not just my phone camera quality, or as my podcast, my laptop camera quality. Whoops guys, sorry, you guys are getting the slightly choppy view of Storm. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm awkward as hell when I'm not in character. I'm a lot more mellow when I'm not in character, which is kind of funny, because as chaotic as Spectre is, I'm the quiet kind of chaos, I like to say. I'm not always chill, but when I am chill, I'm very chill, and I tend to film these podcast episodes when I'm feeling extra chill, so I'm not like screaming in your ear for half an hour or however long the episode ends up being. I know this episode's probably going to be short, but also the episode with Marin is probably going to be relatively long, because I don't really edit them very much. I just kind of put music behind it, and then for the video I just put in my intro and end screen like I normally do, and then I just put the same music behind the video as I do the actual podcast. So that it's really unedited. You guys got to get the raw footage of me. It also helps that I film it at night, which also adds to the chill factor. But yeah, I'm not sure if I have too much else to say other than all of that. Just keep an eye out on YouTube, on TikTok, on all of the social medias. And you guys should totally subscribe to our Patreon if you've got a couple extra dollars hanging around each month. We also have a Discord server now that I can start putting in the description of the YouTube videos. And if you are a patron, you get a special role and access to special channels in the Discord server where only you guys, or only you patrons, and like me and Marin can talk into, and there's also a special voice channel as well. But yeah, the Discord server is a lot of fun. We don't really have anyone in it yet. That's okay, because hopefully having it in the description of YouTube will help. But yeah, once we start getting like a little more of a following, a lot of like this out of character content that you've been seeing for weeks is gonna get moved onto Patreon. So a lot of the behind the scenes content is gonna end up behind a paywall, at least like right when it comes out. Like I think I'll probably end up keeping it behind a paywall for like an extra week and then getting it out to the public. So if you want it out, if you want to see when it comes out, you gotta be a patron. But yeah, all the tiers are listed with their benefits on our Patreon, and the Patreon is in the description of the YouTube video, and I can probably put all of this in the description of our Spotify like episode summary as well. But yeah, you should go follow us on TikTok, you should subscribe to us on YouTube, follow the podcast on Spotify. If you've got a couple extra dollars, support us on Patreon, because that will immediately go right back into the project, whatever you send us. And what else? And join the Discord server because we want to meet you guys and we want to hang out and you'll get exclusive updates all there. On like everything from when new podcast episodes are gonna drop to when new YouTube videos are gonna drop to when music's gonna get dropped. You also get access to know when our live shows are and where they're going to be. But yeah, and you can also show off all of your creations and your things because we like to know about you guys because we think you're really cool. If you like our band, you must be really cool. I've managed to drag this ad out, haven't I? It's okay, we're advertising ourselves, it's fine here. But yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Harmonic Animatronic, Patreon, Harmonic Animatronic. The Discord invite will either be on YouTube or on the Spotify description. Hopefully I can do both. But yeah. And I think with that, I will see you all for the next episode of the Inside C.H.E, the podcast, hopefully featuring our best friend Marin. And I hope you all have a beautiful day because you are all amazing, and we thank you for supporting the Harmonic Animatronic project. Bye.
Clef Art Electronics is always on the lookout for new supporters. You can help us out by subscribing here on YouTube, following on TikTok, and even possibly sending us a few dollars a month on Patreon. We thank you for your interest in the Harmonic Animatronic project.